Hello everyone, it's Nancy Bastine, and look at what I've been doing. Has anybody seen this scratch art? Well, I'm going to show you how to do it today. I've been practicing so I could get this down so that I wouldn't be scatterbrained trying to show you what to do. Both of these were done freehand. What you're going to need is a CD, and don't take this part off. Leave that part on. I made the mistake of taking that off. And so I've got some CDs sitting over here with the backing off, and they didn't turn out so good. But I'm going to see if I can salvage them. So, and you're going to need black paint, but I'm experimenting today with maybe some purple metallic paint and see how that comes out. This is Dina Wakley night paint. That's what's on both of these. So I was trying to see my black paints, and I just have Artist Loft black and metallic black. And I tried these, but these were too chalky for me. I didn't like the way they came out, and I used the satin, but it turned out okay. But I took the backing off of the CD, so I didn't like it so well. They're much prettier if you leave the backing on. Da da da. So anyway, I have them already painted, ready to go. I have one in black and one in purple. And so what you're going to do is you're going to paint it. Not on that side, but this will all come off. I can wash this all off, but it doesn't matter. You're going to paint it, and I need to go around this middle part a little bit better because you can see through it when you shine it in the light. But I think you can see through. That one's not so bad. This one's you can see through a little bit, but that doesn't bother me. And what I wanted to try, this was all done freehand. And I like this, but I like more open spaces like this. See how that glistens in the light? Anywho, now I don't know if you could paint over this because it's already scratched on here. If you painted over that, what would happen, I wonder? Would it still be? I don't think it would shine as much. But I was thinking about hanging them, but I don't know if I want that back part of it to show. But see how they sparkle? Isn't that cool? Anyway, and you're going to need something to scratch it off with, and I'm using an awl it's not sharp on the ends because you don't want anything that's really sharp to scratch your CD. And then I'm using a Stabilo awl to kind of draw my design on there, what I want to draw on there. But I'm going to try and do some, I guess you all don't need to watch me paint one. If you want me to paint one, well, because I've got these two already painted and they're already dry, ready to go. So anyway, you just paint with a brush on this side and let it dry. And you don't want to do too many coats. That's why I was using a more heavy body paint, because you don't want to do too many coats on it because it's hard to scratch off. Real hard to scratch off. So I thought we could use a couple of these stencils maybe and try these out. I thought about maybe one of these butterflies. I don't know so much about that ladybug, but I thought maybe these butterflies and maybe some of these flowers, and maybe a little squirrely thing like this. So, all right, let's put these to the side, and I'll show you how I'm going to do this. So, let's see how good this butterfly, there's two butterflies here. And these are the stick-on stencils from Deco Art that you stick on glass or CDs or whatever. I'm going to see if I can get this one, a couple of these centered on here. Well, not centered, but that's going to go in that middle part. There. So what I'm going to do is take my Stabilo and draw around it. And sometimes I don't think this works so hot. I should just probably leave it on there and just scratch through it. We'll see how this works. I get quiet while I'm thinking of what I'm doing here. And I think I got bit by a mosquito or something in my eyebrow. It's just really itching. Okay, to see that on there? Now we're going to scratch it. I'm going to put one over here. I'm going to see how it works. La-di-da. I hope it works. Let's try those, and let's try some swirly thingies. I can really do swirly thingies by freehand, but I thought I'd use this just for giggles and kicks and giggles. I wonder if my white Stabilo is going to work on that purple one. If you use too many layers of paint, it's really hard to scratch off. And this one might be a little hard. Oops. But let's try it. Okay. I'll show you how this works. So you just go in there and start scratching the paint off. And I'm pushing pretty hard, but because this is not a sharp edge on here, it's not scratching my CD. It's just scratching the paint off. And this is called scratch art. And then you start seeing it coming through. Is that cool or what? Can you see, or do I need to get a little closer? I don't want to get too close because I might get my head in there, and or I might get off camera and you can't see. So basically you can see where you've scratched it off. Okay, let's do this one. And I find it really hard because this is heavy and I can't hold it up there and scratch it off. It just doesn't work. A screwdriver, I've heard people using screwdrivers, just the corner of a flathead screwdriver. And don't worry if you mess up, just makes it interesting. Am I on camera? Can you see what I'm doing? I'm going to try with just a little bit of paint on the back of one of these. I can always wipe it off to see if I can cover up the label. But if you can find the CDs that already are colored, I've seen my CDs are not, but if you can get the ones that are colored on the back and paint on the other side of those, I've seen those really pretty. Alright, let's try the butterfly. I'm hoping this is going to come out cool. I think it is. I think it's working, guys. So if you can't draw like me, you can always use stencils. Yummo. I think it came out pretty cool. It teaches you negative space. Okay, let's try the other one. my hand gets really tired because this is so heavy. I tried to use my one pokey tool, but it scratched my CD, so I went back to using this. I just have to take breaks and let my hand rest. Can y'all see what I'm doing? That's why you don't want your paint too thick, because it'll hurt your hand pushing too hard to scratch it off. Okay, I think I got it all. Just double checking. And I just take a baby wipe and wipe it off. And there you have your scratched art. Let me dump this. And there you have it. Is that cool? Can you see it? Should we put something right there? Should we put a squiggly, like one of these? And maybe one, no, I just want one right there. Kind of fill in that space. I like this. I think it came out cool. I might paint a little more in there. But isn't that cool? I don't know if you could see it better under a, I don't think you could see it better on a black piece of paper. I don't think that would work. Maybe my mat. Let me see. You see it any better on my mat? That's so pretty, huh? I love it. I love them. And how they glisten when you move them in the light. It's really pretty. Okay, let's try the purple one. I'm anxious to see how that one looks. Get all these crumbs off of here. See, if the darker, if you can, we can use different colors of paint. Let's try these flowers. They have more of an open space on them. Try not to get in that middle space, but that one is. That one's going to come clear over there. Let's do the little ones, I guess. Okay. Oops. Be sharpen my pencil. These white Stabilos work pretty good. Sorry, my dog's barking. You have to hear her. She barks at anybody that walks by. She gets on the back of the couch and looks out the window. Even across the street, if she sees somebody coming out of the house across the street, she barks. I'm just going to put flowers around all of this one. I'm so anxious to see how this is going to work. I was going to look with the purple. Some places where my paint is thick, the Stabilo doesn't want to go over very good. It's okay though. I thought I'd punch holes in them and hang them in my window, but I'm not so thrilled with the back. I guess you could hang them on your wall. But a wall would be covering that back up. I'm going to have to test it and see. Maybe paint it a plain silver. Okay, it's one more, maybe a half of one. Okay, I better put something out here so it doesn't look like it's just falling off the page or off the CD. Okay, let's get carving this out. I'm so anxious. Now this is coming off a lot easier than the other paint, but I only put one coat on it. Cool. I think it's working, guys. Maybe not as good as the black. But this would be cool with stars on it. Stars all the way around it. Got quiet again, didn't I? This is how I work when I'm alone down here. I'm just really quiet, doing my thing, thinking I should show everybody on YouTube what I'm doing. I've just been in a funk. Oh, Wes had his first treatment Tuesday, and so far, he's been good. He hasn't had anything bad. No bad feelings. No tiredness. No. So hopefully this new drug is going to be good, better than the chemo was. He said he can breathe better. So hopefully it will help. He just kind of got really depressed about it. Of course, we all did. I mean, it was a pretty big shock to go from um, no growth to boom, a big growth. It was kind of scary for all of us. I think the doctor was even surprised. So he goes in next week for another treatment. Every 2 weeks, I guess, he gets this treatment. Which will be good. Takes an hour for him to get it. But it takes him forever to get it up from the pharmacy, and oh, and then they have to do blood work on him. They have to wait for that to come back. So it's about a 3-hour thing at the doctor's. We went at 3 o'clock the other day, and we didn't get out of there till after 5, so I guess that was 2 hours. Am I on camera? Oh, where was I? I turned it, now I don't know where I was. Oh, there I am. I want to make sure that you guys can see. I carved them all. Okay, let's see how this looks. Maybe not as good as the black, but let's test it out here. Those little crumbs get everywhere. Next to the black. Yeah, the black shows up better than the purple. But we tested it to make sure. I guess the darker your paint is, the better off you are. But I had to test it and make sure. So anyway, that's how you do scratch art on a CD. Is that just fun? See how cool? I'll zoom out and then hold it up. How cool is that? Is camera focusing? Come on, camera, focus. Cool, huh? That's not too bad. Not too bad when the light shines through it. I like it. Do you guys like it? I think they're pretty. So there we go. All 4 of them. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. And I hope you like this little tutorial on scratch art. And please share. Share me on Pinterest. I don't have a Twitter account. I don't know how to do a Twitter account. Do you have to have a phone to do a Twitter account? Would somebody tell me how to start a Twitter account? And I don't have an Instagram account either. Do you have to have a certain thing for that? If you could tell me how to start those 2, it would be a great help for me. Because I'm not smart in those directions. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.